Okay, it says we're live. So let's see. Yes, we're here. Hi, Dawn. How are you today?
I'm really well, Colleen. How are you, my darling? We did
Good.
it.
So I've got Dawn Bates joining me today. Thanks for being here. And this
Oh,
is
you're welcome.
our fourth video in our series that we're doing. I think by the time we're done, we're going to have like 20 something. And every day we're getting on Facebook Live and we are chatting about things that you can do in this quarantine and working from home, and other things to keep your immune system, set up and straight and able to fight this coronavirus. And so I've been interviewing women that are members of Lead Up from Women for like in every industry. We've had every industry. I've had doctors, attorneys, coaches, radio hosts. So we've had everyone. And what I love about it is we get this small opportunity for 15 or 20 minutes to talk about how we can inspire people out there, how we can give them tips and tricks on their everyday lives right now that are their normal, the new normal, and what they can do moving forward, because I feel now is the time that you should be pivoting and we should be doing
Absolutely.
that. We should be building what we need to build. Yesterday we were talking with the franchise matchmaker, and she was talking about how now is the time with the low percentages on loans to really look at if you want to take your future into your hands and not allow yourself to ever be laid off again. How about you look at franchising, because now is an amazing time to get into some businesses that are recession proof, right? So so
I'm laughing, and I know that, and those people who know me, they're like, "Oh, Dawn, she's off again." It's like I'm always giggling,
well,
because the
tell
thing
me,
is,
like,
uh, I've been working online and globally since the dawn of the laptop and internet. My businesses have been online fully. This coaching, author coaching, and leadership coaching business that I've got at the moment, it's been online fully for the last 4 years. But I used to have an IT company, and we've all had internet for God knows how many. And for
right.
me, it's like for people who have not prepared for this moment in time for something, or whether it's a global thing or whether it's a personal thing, like for their illness. So for example, a lot of us work with IP. A lot of us, yes, have clients. I mean, I've got a client who is a physio, and they're like, how can I make money? Because my work is hands-on. I'm like, you can record videos and upload them online. You can, do
Yeah.
these physio, like get people like do these. You can write books, you can create all these videos, and
Yeah.
you can sell them online, you can show people. This is a time for people to show up. This is a time
Yes.
for people to get down and dirty with their own fears, because
Hmm.
a little bit controversial here. I'm not convinced that this is as bad as we are being made out to believe it is. I believe, yes, I know that there is a coronavirus, and
Hmm.
yes, but when you look at it and you look at who it's affecting and these
Hmm.
pre-existing, conditions and the ages and the blood types, but then when you look at the political agendas that are being fulfilled because of the distraction technique that we're
Hmm.
using with parents, and parents use them all the time. Your kids are having a tantrum over here, or they're getting wise to something over here. We're going to go and distract them with something over here.
Right.
So I'm not convinced it's as bad as the governments are making out. Plus, I've lived under curfew and quarantine, not quarantine, but curfew and lockdown when I lived out in Egypt during the uprising.
Hmm.
And it was a great opportunity for me to bond with my kids and homeschool them and see the way they learn.
Hmm.
And just, I mean, we didn't have, I mean, the Egyptian government cut off all our internet. I mean, I don't know if your listeners and those watching that are aware, but the Egyptian government switched off the internet because they did not want us sharing what was going on
Wow.
during the uprising. And So you're like, okay, got no internet, can't go outside. If I go outside, I'm going to get arrested, or I'm going to get this. And the same for me now here in Buenos Aires. You know, if I go outside, apparently I will get arrested because I've got no residency papers. So I'm on complete lockdown. I can't even go for a walk outside. I'm like, it's all right, there's a tree out there. I might go climb that tree in a minute.
Yeah.
But this is a time for us all to get creative. And I did a post the other day about, if you do not like the home that you are quarantined in, if you do not like the people you are quarantined with, i.e. your family and your friends, there's work there for you to be figuring out. You could redecorate your house. You could go through each and every single room in your house and go, what do I need? Does this layout of furniture make me happy? Clear the space, clear the clutter.
I love
Get
that.
rid of the stuff in your life that is no longer serving you, because it's time to hit the ground running.
I think now more than ever, people are going to realize what they can get rid of that's no longer serving them. What was distracting before that you utilized or took part in, that now you don't miss, and it really was nothing that you really ever needed in the first place. Now, I wish I was one of those people, honestly, that had the time just to like purge. I have been so busy. I think just like you, Dawn, I've been on the phone from the time I get up in the morning until late at night with talking with women, because with our platforms for Lead Up for Women, like, you know, we have all of these platforms virtually. So women that used to go on speaking stages and do keynotes and utilize networking on how they met with other people, and they didn't utilize online platforms, are now needing to only utilize online platforms because they have, it's a new stage, right? It's a new stage for them. So they're reaching out to me saying, how do I do this with Lead Up for Women? So
absolutely,
you know, we've been thriving through this because of all of our platforms. So I've been busier than ever. I haven't had any downtime. I haven't had
people are now going, I've now got time to write my book.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, you have.
What? Yeah. So good for them.
Can I have your course? Can I have your course? Can you coach me? I'm like,
You know, that you mentioned something earlier that I want to point out, and I want to really magnify today what you said. There is always opportunity to be able to make money. So
absolutely.
if you do a trade that is hands-on, how can you video yourself teaching someone that trade hands-on, and upload it, you know, as a course? And don't expect that because you were a service oriented and did that trade that you know how to do the course or upload the video. That means you need to reach out to somebody that does know how to do these courses, does know how to do these videos.
It's a great time to study.
It is. It's a really good time.
Read those books you've been putting off.
There's so much online free stuff right now. The one thing I do love about what's happening that I believe is a positive, two things. I believe the earth is having a chance to breathe, and the resources and pollution and the overuse of humans using resources, right? So I believe the earth is having a chance to breathe. And
Mama Guy has been angry for a long time. She's been angry and this is the thing, when I'm out in the middle of oceans, I mean, I've been on land now for 2.5 months, and I'm like, okay, I need to get back on the ocean. I am
because you're a sailor, so you
sail. Yeah, I am
yeah.
You know, it's really weird having people call me a sailor now. I'm like, oh yeah, I am a sailor now.
You are a sailor.
I suppose I am a sailor. And
you're
it's the same thing.
sailor I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, other than people that work on a cruise ship, that's not, I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're not sailors. They're not sailors. No, there's no sails. They're not wind powered. I'm a proper sailor. If there's no sails, I'm not getting on the boat. And I certainly would never go on a cruise ship. Richard Branson with his Scarlet Lady, I'm so cross with him right now. So cross with him right now. And this is a British cross. Yeah. You know, this is about as cross as I get. But I don't like them. I think they are horrible, disgusting things. They create so much pollution, and I don't care if I offend people.
Right.
I am one of the reasons why I'm sailing around the world, and I have a business model which enables me to work from anywhere in the world while I'm crossing oceans. And I think this is the thing, because I mean, I've just spent 3 months at sea. No internet, no social, like nothing, no communication with my children. And I got so much work done. And I also, some of your listeners, well, most of your listeners won't know this, but I was actually, back in 2015, I was actually locked up in a police cell for 2.5 days. You know, I'm like, you can't do this. This is illegal. Why are you doing this? And I ended up writing a book about it. We're making a TV series about it, because what the police did was wrong. And they infringed rights. They got mistaken identity. The fact that I spoke to my children in Arabic, it was a big thing, right? But when you have your freedom taken away from you, and you're a freedom junkie like myself, you're like, okay, how can I create freedom in this cell? Obviously, I then went on to win and fight them, and I actually won, and everything that they tried to say about me was wrong. And but it was really interesting, because I was like, okay, I have got a cell with no sunlight, I couldn't do anything, but I could squat, I could crunch, and I could lunge, and I could press up. I got in 2.5 days, I don't know how many press ups I did. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You get creative, right? And you start thinking about things. Okay, so what's the worst that can happen? The 3 things I always say to my clients is, what's the worst that can happen? What's most likely to happen? And what's the best thing that can happen? Always come back to those.
Yeah. So tell our listeners and those that are watching and viewing this video a little bit about what you do and what your resources are, and how in this time, anyone that needs assistance, they can reach out to you.
Okay, so I have been developing women and businesses for the last 20 years, and been developing leaders, and I write books. I coach women to write their own books and to own their truth and to own their journey, because we've all need a role model. And it's not about writing another series of theory books. It is about you being, because this is the truest form of freedom, when you can own who you are and your journey, and you can speak your truth. Nothing else anyone does, or any other place they put you in, can stop you from being free, because you freed yourself from inside.
Right.
So I coach women to write their own books. I have both online and offline, so they can either work with me on a one-to-one, or they can just buy one of my online courses. But a lot of the content that I write on my blog, or on my Instagram, or on my LinkedIn, or on all of my social media platforms, someone's like, Dawn, I've changed my life just reading your posts. So I put out a lot of free coaching in my posts. They're a little bit longer than most people's, but if you can watch a 2-3 minute video of people doing stupid, daft things, then you can, and this is when people go, oh, but your posts are too long. I'm like, no, they're not. If you're willing to watch something for 2 to 3 minutes of cute cats doing stuff, and that's where you'd rather spend 2 to 3 minutes of your time, rather than reading great content that inspires you to make changes in your life, then go watch the cute cats. Because you're not my kind of person. I'd rather spend 2 to 3 minutes of my time investing in and being woken and being inspired to make changes. So people can get a lot of free content and free coaching via my posts and my articles.
And they can follow you how on Instagram and Facebook? We'll drop
the real Dawn Bates.
Okay.
Real Dawn Bates.
Okay. We'll drop all the information in the comment section. So after we're done, Dawn will drop her information into the comment section so that we have.
I will. Yeah. Because, and this is the thing, it's like someone said, why real Dawn Bates? I was like, because it keeps me real.
Yeah.
When you put real, it's a way of reminding yourself, keep it real.
Yeah.
Because
show up as
we're
yourself,
all humans.
Authentically.
Make sure that everything that you're doing is, do I need this? Do I need to be that kind of person? Is this the real me that's showing up? Is this the real Dawn Bates, and keep working and getting rid of all of this stuff that's been imposed upon us, whether from society, from parenting, from schooling, from whatever. Is that mine? No, it's not mine. It's not my stuff. I don't believe in that. I don't want that. I don't want to subscribe to that viewpoint. I don't want any of that. So who is the real Dawn Bates? So yeah, and it's about people finding out what's real for them right now.
I think you're freaking cool. I love you to death. And coming from Buenos Aires, I mean, it's so awesome that you're joining us today. So I think the message that I heard you send today, I just want to be very clear with everybody, is for us right now, that we need to be getting creative. So take this time to learn, to start a business. If you want to start a business, think about writing a
business.
book.
Absolutely.
You know, up leveling. I wrote level up. So same, I just did it backwards. Level up your business. This is the time for us to, I really think we're going to be seeing a lot of small businesses emerge. You know, loans are practically 0% for SBAs. This is a great opportunity for us to take our control back into our lives, lead our lives without asking anyone else's permission, and decide that we want to be recession proof. And when we decide we want to be recession proof, we look at what lights us up and what can we do to serve others. And I would say, you know, first and foremost, how can you serve somebody else today? Second, how can you serve yourself? Get rid of the clutter, get rid of things that aren't serving you anymore. Just like Dawn said, it's great advice today. And really look at how can you learn and educate yourself through this time and through this period of life that we're going through. What can you do?
Absolutely.
So,
and because this thing, recession or something like this is the best time to get present, because your employers, a lot of them, if I mean, what, just very quickly, because I know we're running out of time, but I mean, time is just time. It is just flexible. I bend and travel through it all. I mean, I've already been in the States and in Canada and the UK this morning. I'm like, okay. I think I've, 4 different time zones already today. But when we are looking at people stay in jobs that they don't actually like, right? And we have got so many tools and facilities available to us that if we're still relying on somebody else to pay us a wage in this day and time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 is on its way out. This is the time for people to get really present, own who they are, let go of a job that they've really not liked. Because the job, if they're not liking the job, there's a reason for that. Like I said, if they're not enjoying their home, there's a reason for that. If they're not enjoying spending time with their family, there's reasons for that. It's time to get real deep down and dirty, as I say, and get present to everything, and start taking your own power back and start learning and seeing and following where the information is coming from and what information you're allowing in your life, and getting rid of the information that doesn't belong to you and that you do not subscribe to.
I think that's great. And spread love. That's what I have right here.
Absolutely, spread love. I'd say, I mean, I've got fitness, anytime fitness on my t-shirt, but you know, again, anytime fitness. What can you do in your own lounge? You know, there's so much. You don't need a gym.
And everybody out there has free classes you can join right now online.
Absolutely.
Anywhere you want and see a video of a free workout from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour. And it's anything from yoga to weights to body weight to endurance. It's amazing. And I want to thank everybody out there that is being so wonderful about spreading love and coming together's community. To me, that's the silver lining of what's happening. Whether we believe what's happening is real or not, it is still the current reality. And we are all worldwide. I mean, you're in Buenos Aires talking to us. It's worldwide. Everybody's going through it. So how can we come together as a community and take advantage of this time?
Absolutely.
You should be asking yourself that every single day.
How can we come together? How can we see, you know, we're all the same. I mean, I've worked in over 40 countries and lived in, I don't know how many countries now, I've lost count. But doing that from all different hemispheres, continents, countries, languages, cultures, faiths, we are all the same. If I kick you, you're still going to bruise. If I cut you, you're still going to bleed red. You know, we all
Yeah.
want happiness, security, safety, health, and happiness.
So
You
be
know,
kind. Yeah, be kind to everyone right now.
and be
Be
kind to
kind,
yourself
spread love, be kind to others at the grocery store. And this is the
if you can
time for
get
us to
there.
come together. If you can get there, you can't. So someone has to do your shopping for you.
Yeah.
Or you
Try
have to have it
being
delivered.
vegetarian, gluten-free in a Latin American
Right?
country and trying to
Yeah.
get a delivery to you. It's not
It's
happening.
got to be
So
tough.
all of you out there who want a business idea that are gluten-free and know about dietary requirements, set up a business so that people like me can have food deliveries.
So true, right? It's so true. Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you, Dawn, for joining us today. I would
You're
say
so
we are
welcome.
just
Thank you
about
for
out
having
of
me on.
time. So thank you, everybody on Facebook. Don't forget to share this video with everyone because someone out there might need to hear it. Maybe not you,
Absolutely.
but someone that's in your circle of friends. So thank you, Dawn. It was a
You're
pleasure.
very welcome. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks.